Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reading Codename Bananas, chapter 4, Blowing Rasberries. All those in the crowd looked around to spot who exactly this gorilla was so excited to see. Eric was painfully shy. Such was his embarrassment at being stared at that he blushed redder than a tomato. Eric gave a little way back to his friend. Then the crowd parted to let the boy to the front. Gertrude shimmied down the rope with ease and lolloped over to Eric. He put his hand up against the metal bars. "Be careful," came a shout from the crowd. "Gorillas are dangerous," came another. "It will rip your arm off quicker than you can say Jack Sprat," warned a third. The gorilla followed the boy's lead. Gently, she placed her hand up against the bars from the inside. Now the palms of the hands were just touching. Eric smiled, and Gertrude smiled back. Seeing her big, silly smile made him chuckle, and Gertrude hooted with laughter too. "Ha ha ha! Hee-haw! Ee-oh-oh-oh!" Then the boy stuck his tongue out of her. The gorilla stuck her tongue out at him. There was a ripple of laughter through the crowd. Ah, 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 ah. Hearing them, Eric flustered and took a step back. "Go on, boy," someone prompted. "Don't stop now," urged another. "This is worth the price of admission alone," remarked a third. The boy took a deep breath and tried to put all these strangers out of his mind. Summoning his courage, he stepped towards the cage again. Gertrude smiled at him, her eyes twinkling. Eric smiled back. The gorilla's smiles were infectious. Today the boy was determined to go one step further, to teach Gertrude a new trick. So Eric did something that always made him chuckle. He blew a raspberry. There were tuts and murmurs of disapproval from some of the grown-ups. Tut, tut, tut. Clearly they were unimpressed by his childish humour, but the gorilla was not. Gertrude looked puzzled for a moment. Then she pursed her lips and blew, but no sound came out. Egging her on to try again, the boy slowly pursed his lips, pushed his tongue forward and blew. Tut, 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 tut. Looking at the gorilla for the entire time for encouragement, the gorilla copied him. Once again, she pursed her lips and pushed her tongue even further forward. But this time, she blew a raspberry. This time, like a raspberry blowing champion, Gertrude blew the longest, loudest raspberry the world has ever known. Success! Despite having his face covered in gorilla spittle, the boy couldn't help but laugh. The stone-faced crowd began to chuckle too. Well played, boy. The child is a marvel with animals. The pair should be on stage. Feeling 10 foot tall now, Eric was wondering if there was something else he could do. Could he do these raspberries be blown in some resembling tune? There was only one way to find out. The boy didn't know many songs. One he often sang in school assembly had sung that very morning was Rule Britannia. So playing the same tune in his head, he began raspberrying out the notes of the chorus. Eric fell silent in the hope that Gertrude would follow his lead. The gorilla tilted her head and looked at the boy as if he was balmy. Undeterred by this, Eric persisted. The boy repeated himself. Gertrude tilted her head to the other side. Then a mischievous thought flashed across her eyes, and she pursed her lips together, pushed her tongue forward. A long, low raspberry came out, once again covering the boy with gorilla spittle. "Good luck with that one, lad," snorted a voice from behind. "Next you'll be teaching it to play the piano." or dance for the royal ballet. Ha ha ha. Eric could sense the people ebbing away, but he was sure it was worth one more try. This time, the most wondrous thing happened. The Gertrude joined in. The little boy and his great ape were blowing raspberries in the tune of Rule Britannia. Eric kept an eye contact with Gertrude and nodded his head so she would keep time. Eric was pretty sure that she didn't know the song. Why would she? But she was picking it up very quickly. Soon, those who had shuffled away raced back to catch a glimpse of the show. More and more people joined in until a huge crowd gathered around the cage. Eric was concentrating so much on teaching the tune, he'd managed to get them entirely out of his mind. Focusing on Gertrude, the pair reached the end of the chorus with one last fat, big, booming raspberry. Instantly, the crowd broke into wild applause. More, encore, play us another. And the boy turned around. Because of the fuss, his face was now red as a London bus. Well, Then a voice from the back of the crowd. Then, at the back of the crowd, he heard a voice, an angry voice, a voice he knew only too well, shouting his name. Eric! Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned for more parts of it.